So he is a Delphidian pirate and he goes by several names, such as the Red Raider, Crimson Corsair, the Silent Scourge of the Lost Clusters, Blood Buccaneer, and Scourer of Adratharp 7. He was also considered the best pirate in the Outer Rim. His helmet up there might also look a little bit familiar to you. That helmet is made for the species Kaleesh, which is the same species that General Grievous belongs to. Now we don't actually have much on his earlier life, but after he was betrayed by a crew member named Scorza who offered him up to the Hutts, his ship was destroyed, but he survived and he managed to find enough credits to finance his own crew. Bearing this in mind, these events happened 50 years after the Clone Wars, but a transmission was received by a B-1 battle droid. The signal came from a ship known as Abrexta 3, which was actually a separatist ship. The ship had crash landed on Ponama, and it supposedly contained the treasures of Count Dooku. With that, the pirates set off for the ship. They speculated that the ship would contain valuable kyber crystals. They arrived on the planet, and while on course, they were intercepted by Scorza, and he came for the treasure also. Through their fighting and horrible weather conditions like lightning storms, Ithano finally made it to the ship. On board, they found deactivated battle droids, and they were slowly starting to activate and pose as a possible threat. With time against them, they raced through the ship searching for the treasure. They eventually found a vault, and once they opened it, they looked inside and realized there was no treasure, there was no valuable kyber crystals. Instead, what they found was a cryocycle stasis pod with someone sleeping inside. They opened the pod, and inside they found Clone Trooper Kix, 50 years after the Clone Wars. This is the clone medic that examined Tub after he prematurely carried out Order 66. Kix woke up and he said that he urgently needed to speak to General Anakin Skywalker in regarding to saving the Republic, but shortly after, Kix passed out. After eventually escaping off the planet, Kix joined Ithano's crew as a guide. This was after Ithano discovered locations of droid factories that once belonged to the Separatists, and Kix having all of that knowledge about the droids, he came in pretty useful. Sometime later, he is then seen in Maz Kanata's castle. This is where Finn attempts to join his crew in exchange for safe passage to the Outer Rim. And shortly after the Battle of Exegol, he sold the B-1 and B-2 battle droids, and he made a considerable sized profit from it. Hope it helped.